So-called radical Islam does not exist. Islam is cordial, merciful, and generous. In Islam, people help more. They give more charity and know God better. The Sufis, we are the soul of Islam.
Sheikh Mohammed is the leader of the Sufi sect of the Rafa'i of Cairo. He is a direct descendant of the Prophet. In order to lead the sect, he had to leave everything behind, including his family and lands. The Sufis are a mystic and not very orthodox branch of Islam. They believe in the secret and magical value of words. Sheikh Mohammed maintains that he is able to cure people by reading fragments of the Quran repeatedly and at specific times.
Our organization was created for charity and mercy. It is in charge of the pilgrimage to Mecca, as well as caring for orphans, restoring the mosques, and offering medical aid. At our clinic, we attend to people who live in the corners of the Republic. We are responsible for them until they return to their homes. Sheikh Mohammed is the grandson of Imam Hussein, the direct descendant of the Prophet. His family is noble. God protects his members and does them well. Sheikh Mohammed offers food here to the poor and to the travelers on a daily basis, and he takes in all the people in need.
Every Friday afternoon, in front of a small mosque located outside of Khartoum, hundreds of men come together for hours to dance and sing in order to acquire a mystic contact with God. Two dervish dancers, the Sufis of Omdurman.
The human being is part of this universe, a living and responsible part at the same time. The universe is part of him as well. This vision brings together several religions, but I believe that Islamic Sufism is what makes it more complete in some way.
Sufism is the interior face of Islam, a search for unity through the love of God's work, which is understood as a whole. The word Sufi is most likely derived from the wool vestments, the suf, which were used by the ascetic Muslims, who were referred to as the poor or dervish.
The color green is the color of paradise. It is the color of life. Wherever you find the color green, you will find life. You will find trees, water, birds, shelter under the shade, and a breeze. Everything is linked to the color green. It is the opposite of poverty, the opposite of fire and repression. It is the space where human beings are incorporated into nature. It is the future of man.
For the Sufis, man is a microcosm and the universe is the macrocosm. And to provoke the mystic union of both elements, which are only one, the Sufi uses meditation, the state of trance, hashish, music, and dance, as well as words and sounds with magical powers. Other Orthodox visions have persecuted this very peculiar vision of Islam, since in the Sufis they see a kind of pantheism and dissolute behavior that is distant from the plans of the Prophet. Every 15th of July, thousands of Sufis from all over the continent of Africa and the Middle East pilgrimage to Cairo to coincide with the birthday of Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet. The Sufis come together around his mosque. They dance and sing. They pray and go into trance.
It means celebrating the memory of the Prophet's grandson for the love of Hussein and his grandfather. Here the sheikhs, we set up the large tents and we feed the poor and the needy as a way of applying the Quran text that says, "We feed you in the name of God without wanting any compensation or gratitude." The Quran says, "Take from me what you want for whatever you want." The Prophet says, "Cure your sick through charity." The Quran is healing. If there's anyone suffering from pain, I read some verses to him, some words with power, and the repetition of these words cures him. This also happens with music. Music helps to move man, to make him feel happy. For the Orthodox, music is an aberration. For us, it is a reason for joy. The poet said, "Whoever is not rejoiced by the lute and its tunes, the spring and its flowers, will have a bad character that does not have any cure." Music makes the body vibrate and move into the state of illumination. This is the true encounter with God. But this is not only music and movement. There are secret formulas, words, and rhythms that emanate from God. Who are the Sufis? What are they like? How did they cross the desert and enter the forests? How did they live in large cities around the world? I have dedicated my time to studying the Sufis, their lives, and above all, their ideas. I found that a very important world existed. This is the world that I wanted to draw. Sufism offers the individual liberty and at the same time responsibility. Liberty and responsibility. When an individual is aware of his liberty and his responsibility, he becomes a creator, just like God himself. Sufism means religion without heresy, soul without desire, work without rest, and a heart without worries. Thus, it is education, composure, and ethics derived from the Quran and from the tradition of the Prophet.